Balancing codes. What are your thoughts about it? How deep of a friendship do you need before your husband? Well, with your husband before marriage.
I was reading the question because it's interesting the way it's phrased. That's that woman I think that's on the Pearly show as well. Every time I hear her speak, it's just I just don't really understand like what she's saying. Like I don't it doesn't even make sense the way she puts things together. So yeah, I think you need friendship with a man definitely, but I don't really think about it in the way she's saying it because I could date a man and be his friend at the same time. Like I don't know. It's just interesting the way she's putting it together, but I think just spending the time with the man, spending the time with his family, spending the time with his friends, being in his environment and seeing how he behaves. I think that's important. But at the end, the man chooses the woman, right? So if he thinks that it's enough time for us to be married, then it's enough time. And I trust his leadership and I think he has good character, then it would be more about what he thinks. So if he thinks a year is enough time, then that's enough time. I don't see any red flags like he's crazy and he's going to kill me. I mean, I'm going to go off his opinion. So, I mean, that's the best way that I can answer that.
Okay. Bruiser. What are your thoughts, sir?
So I get what she's saying. She don't want to be a 3 or 4 out in the streets. She want to be a wife. She's got these standards. She sounds like she wants some type of chemistry, so she's going to really vet really hard. She cherishes uh intimacy, before she even have sex. That way, the sex is like, I guess, icing on the cake or whatever. I think someone told a lot of these women that their standards should be, this just dream, this just fancy fairy tale that's Disney World type. Me personally, I think that it's better to look at a man and see if he duplicates himself through me. Will my child make a difference in life? What I'm saying? What did the bloodline look like if I get up, if I choose this man to be my husband? You get what I'm saying? I think the kids, what I'm saying, procreating and creating a better life and sustainability is more important than all these other things. And a lot of people try to vet so hard for that. Oh, he needs to be like a friend. We need to be connected so spiritually and all this other shit. And they end up just running from man to man and man to man until they just run out of their value. So I think they need to, like, yo, chill out, man. Like, just find you somebody who's willing to look at life and say, hey, look, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make the sacrifice to make sure you and the kids are good. I'm gonna love you, and that's my duty. I'm gonna be consistent about it. I think that's more important because you don't have that a lot. It's very rare. It's very scarce. And a lot of these men are not even wanting to get in these relationships because women don't want those things. They want those other superficial things. So men are like, well, fuck it. We'll just come to you when we want to beat the cheeks and just keep it moving.
Okay. Go ahead, Lady Di.
Um, so you don't have to be friends with a man in order to be his wife at all. Because the only thing y'all should be talking about is y'all goals. And if y'all goals are lining up and you could, go under his leadership, then you just go and do it. Now, if there's things in line with that, what's making you not do it because you feel you need a close connection still is not going to stop him from paying bills for you. The close connection is still not going to make him sacrifice for you. So therefore, you don't need a close connection in order to be married to a man. As long as you guys are in line, like I said, you guys established that before, and you guys can like agree, then you guys go ahead and do that. And through the marriage, you would get close with the man.
All right. Chaotic, sir. Welcome to the show, brother. What do you got on this?
Welcome, Jr. The real precious,
Chaotic.
Mr. Lego, Mr. Lego, Balance and Codes, Anton Ali, Veronica, Bruiser, Lady D. Hello to everyone in the chat. I mean the chat. Salute to you. Positivity. It's going your way. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year. I grew up with two loving Negro parents. My dad is 83. My mom is 65. I believe she is. They're well, not they were. They're still alive, but they're loving. They're caring. I never went without. With that being said, those Negroes are not my friends to this day. Those are my mother and father. That's my mother and father. You may be asking yourself, Chaotic, where are you going with this one? I'm going to tell you. In a marriage, and I got married last year, it's the same thing. Your wife, in my opinion, it's not your friend. Your wife is your partner. Let's be honest, business partner, really. That's one of the reasons why marriages exist. You unite two families. And I don't want anybody to, I don't want you guys to believe what I'm believing. You got to echo chamber me. But my wife is my business partner. She is my companion. But I don't look at her, and she certainly doesn't look at me as we're friends, like children of some sorts. In my opinion, that's friends are between generally, and I gotta say this: a friend is really a same gender bond, in my opinion. Somebody that you grew up with. So I have a lot of friends growing up. A woman can literally fall out of friendship with you at the drop of the hat as soon as she gets married. I've had a lot of friends like that. As soon as I had a good friend of mine for years, and I respect it. She got married, boom, all that friendship stuff went out the window. But I have male friends whom I know since pretty much childbirth, and we're still friends. So the friend dynamic, in my opinion, nobody has to believe me, in my opinion, is sacred for male bonding or female bonding. That's just my opinion. So no, me and my wife were not friends before we got married, and I don't consider us friends now. I just consider us companions, lovers, business partners. Because I know if something were to hit the fan, all that friendship stuff goes out the window. That's just me, though. I don't want everybody, I'm not trying to make people believe what I believe. And put a 1 in the chat if you celebrated Kwanzaa this year, by the way, to the chat. Salute to everybody. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Can I ask you a question? What usually happens when business partners fall out?
Well, I mean, a few things can happen. It gets messy in court in terms of assets, in terms of distribution of funds. It gets messy, Anton. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know all about this. You're a very well-to-do multi-millionaire, and salute to you, by the way, Anton. But yeah, that's what happens in a business relationship. But the whole idea is not to be in a position where things like that happen.